I'm Mike and welcome to Retro Boost. Got something fun planned today. I became aware of a product that GameStop offers via a helpful comment on a previous video and decided to check it out. So GameStop sells two different analog to digital converters slash upscaler. There's an RCA to HDMI that looks like it scales to either 720 or 1080p for its output, and then there's also a component to HDMI converter. So what I'd like to do here is kind of do my favorite thing on the channel, which is compare them to RetroTINK and other stuff. So this will be like probably a 3 to 5 part kind of thing, where I'll be going through and comparing these to all the other scalers and processors that I have access to for fun, because this will accomplish two objectives. If you were curious about what these GameStop devices performed as, you'll get a taste of that. Plus, if you're someone who didn't know about stuff like RetroTINK and wanted to see what's possible with this world of retro gaming enhancement, it'll show you that as well. We'll get some cool side-by-sides to get an idea of, well, how everything looks. So this one will be the first of the series, which will be comparing the RCA to HDMI scaler by GameStop to the RetroTINK 2X Pro, using a variety of game consoles and cable types for both, but cable types specifically for the 2X Pro. So let's talk a little bit about our two contenders here before we start the demos. So first, let's recap the 2X Pro. If you didn't know what the 2X Pro was, 2X Pro is the current kind of entry-level solution offered by RetroTINK, designed to take old game consoles and make them look better on modern-day screen televisions. The 2X Pro accomplishes this through a thing called line doubling. It can take a 240p or 480i signal and process it, double it, to 480p for its output. That helps clean it up, as the TV would then take the rest of it to scale to whatever the TV's resolution is, whether it be HD or higher. In my case, I have a 4K TV, so it really helps to prep these older signals before they get to the TV, because modern day TVs don't have a lot of processing power built into them aimed at specifically analog content. All the fancy bells and whistles you see advertised are always intended for the digital side of things. So that's what the 2X Pro will do. It'll drastically improve the overall picture quality. Even if all you're using is composite cables, it's still an improvement. Plus, on top of composite, the 2X Pro is very flexible. It can take S-video inputs and component inputs, which further increases the quality for certain game consoles, because S-video is a cheap upgrade over composite. Gets you much better picture quality, and the 2X Pro can then take that, spec it up to 480, bam, clean image. On top of that, the 2X Pro also has alternative filters, smooth, sharp, and scan lines to add a different kind of flavor to the games you play. Sharp is generally best for 2D, smooth is generally best for 3D, although one big exception to that would be like the PS1, which tends to look better when it's sharp. And then scan lines help simulate a CRT experience, and that can hide some of the imperfections that come along with some of these older game consoles, like say the NES. If all you have is composite, scan lines can help the image look cleaner. And depending on your TV, certain TVs can really accentuate with that. OLEDs in particular seem to be really good with the scanline simulation. So there's the 2X Pro in like a nutshell. Its limitations are that even though it can take component cables, it cannot accept inputs that are at or above 480p, which means it loses a lot of value when you enter the later retro game consoles like the PS2, the GameCube, the Xbox, the Wii. Those kind of consoles have a lot of 480p or even higher output modes, which that's a problem for the 2X Pro. It can run 480i out of those consoles, but those consoles look best if you can get 480p or higher, in which case you want to look into alternatives. It's really rare, but if you can find it, there's the 2X Pro M, a discontinued product that's all the stuff that the 2X Pro is, but with the ability to take 480p. There's also the higher end models like the 5X Pro and the RetroTINK 4K, plus other things that are out there. Those are all better spec for those kind of consoles. So there's the 2X Pro in a nutshell. How about our new friend, this GameStop guy here, RCA to HDMI converter? When I hear converter, I first think, okay, so it just converts it. If it's 240p, it's going to be 240p coming the other way. But it has the toggleable switch 720 to 1080, so that means it's a scaler. So this guy would scale to, let's say, 1080. The RetroTINK 2X Pro would scale to 480. Weird. Also, couldn't help but get a big old deja vu when I unpackaged the GameStop converter. It's like basically an AV to HDMI, which is like a really common converter to see out there on the open seas. Places like Amazon, eBay, etc. There's like tons of different companies that sell the AV to HDMI. So I feel like, although obviously I don't know for certain, but I feel like this is GameStop's take on the AV to HDMI. They've bought the manufacturing and put their branding on it. Can't say for sure, but I mean, it is identical in every respect otherwise. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I almost even debated not even making this video because I've already compared the AV to HDMI to the RetroTINK devices. If you want to see those, I'll put them in the description / cards in this video. Those are going to be way more in-depth than what I want this video to be, because those involve me throwing every cable type that I had available, which I'm not going to do for this one. So this guy can only accept composite inputs, whereas the 2X Pro can accept composite as video and component. To keep the runtime down, instead of showing off everything the 2X Pro can do, I'm going to limit it to just composite and component examples with different game consoles. That'll give you an idea of what the 2X Pro can do with better cabling and to show what's possible. Now, it's perfectly fine if you watch these examples and say to yourself, you know what, I like what this GameStop thing's doing. It's very cheap. So if you wanted just a cheap way to connect a retro game console to a modern day screen, this is about the lowest price I've ever seen. It does come with some limitations, i.e. it only can take composite, so you can't use all game consoles with it effectively. Plus you could never upgrade the cabling to, say, S-Video or Component to get it further improved before going into this thing. And input lag is an issue, off and on. That's the big weakness to these cheaper converters, is they tend to have input lag, a noticeable degree of it. When I did all the recording for this footage, I tended to notice it more on 3D consoles than 2D for some reason. The N64 was the one where it was very noticeable, so it's worth noting that these do have input lag, whereas devices like the 2X Pro really doesn't at all. It does, but it's so negligible that you really can't even say it's there. It's tiny. Same goes for like the upper end models too. The 5X Pro and the RetroTINK 4K, despite all of their immense post-processing, have an excessively limited amount of input lag. So beware of that. Now, let's get into the comparison footage. So what's going to follow now are a ton of different side-by-sides of the 2X Pro and this RCA to HDMI scaler that GameStop sells. Hope you enjoy.
Hello!
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now, go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the Dragon Worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Worlds. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it.
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now, go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the Dragon Worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Worlds. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it! Another dream about him.
I mean, it's true that stuff's been stolen around town, and we've got a score to settle with Cypher and everything. So, if he wants to think we did it, I can't really blame him. See, that's not what really bugs me. What really bugs me is that he's going around telling everybody we're the thieves. Now the whole town and their mothers are treating us like the Klepto Club. Have you ever been this ticked off before in your life? 'Cause I haven't. Nuh-uh. Never. Now, what to do? Well...
Another dream about him.
I mean, it's true that stuff's been stolen around town, and we've got a score to settle with Cypher and everything. So, if he wants to think we did it, I can't really blame him. See, that's not what really bugs me. What really bugs me is that he's going around telling everybody we're the thieves. Now the whole town and their mothers are treating us like the Klepto Club. Have you ever been this ticked off before in your life? 'Cause I haven't. Nuh-uh. Never. Now, what to do? Well...
Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and... What? The
Didn't copy
Hedgehog
that.
is
Over.
gone. He's taken out everyone aboard and...
What's
what
wrong?
in the
Come
world?
in. Over.
Freeze! What do you think you're doing? Get that Hedgehog!
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it
Fire
on!
Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and... What?
Didn't
The
copy
Hedgehog
that.
is
Over.
gone. He's taken out everyone aboard and...
What's
what
wrong?
in the
Come
world?
in. Over.
Freeze! What do you think you're doing? Get that Hedgehog!
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture capture the thumbprint.
This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it on!
Photographer Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
Alright, what do we think? What'd you like? What'd you notice? Tell me, I'm curious to know. I think the biggest thing that seeing these compare with, the 2X Pro definitely handles 480i content a lot better than the GameStop device did. The consoles like the PS2 and like the GameCube, when it was running 480i content, I think the 2X Pro had the much smoother overall picture. Doubly so when you move to Component and you further clean up that video processing, because Component is a much more efficient way of sending data than Composite is. Instead of having it all chunked and compressed in one video channel, Component is separate, offers higher resolutions. Not that the 2X Pro can take advantage of that, but just the cable itself is a better means of transmission. So giving that to the 2X Pro for consoles like the GameCube and PS2, even though it can't take Composite, still helps clean up the image, and did a great job with it. So, I mean, kind of what I expected to see is that the 2X Pro would be superior overall. There were examples, though, like where I didn't think that the GameStop one was all that bad, though, to be honest. And like some people, like it's not a priority, and that's okay. I've got friends and family who have seen what all this stuff can do, and they just don't care, and that's totally fine. Like you're not unnormal if you see these examples and go, I'm good, I'll take the one that's cheaper. Like that's totally fine. That's part of why I want to compare these things, because I'm just curious to see how they all stack up. For the people that really are enthusiasts, I also hope to teach someone that this stuff exists with every video that I make, and I've said that multiple times, because when I started my YouTube channel back in 2020, I had no idea that things like RetroTINK were out there, and I find that stuff super, super damn cool. So I hope that at least one new person comes across this world with every video I make, and others that are, window shopping find it helpful to compare stuff like this. So hope you found this all like helpful and informative. This is the first of what are going to be like mini parts. So what I'm going to do next time is the RCA to HDMI GameStop device against the 5X Pro, then both the 2X Pro and 5X Pro against the component converter that GameStop sells, and then what I'll probably do is a combined video of the Rad 2X and the CARBY. That way I can show off like everything that I have against all this to really just experiment with all of it and see who's doing what the best. The Rad 2X is another good one to keep in mind if you're looking for something that gets good picture quality performance at a good entry-level price point. The Rad 2X is definitely down there in price compared to a lot of these things, whereas the RetroTINK 2X Pro is like $129. The Rad 2X is like $80 before shipping and tax. They're more specialized. They're designed to work with particular consoles or console families, whereas RetroTINK as a whole are pretty universal and thus are better for people that have like larger console collections. There are also other devices out there that I don't own that I've heard great things about as well, like the open source scan converter, which not too long ago got an upgraded like 2.0 version. I think it's called the Open Source Scan Converter Pro. So there's tons of stuff out there. You just gotta look for it. It's pretty cool. So anyway, hope you found this helpful and informative. Enjoy the comparisons, and I'll see you guys on the next one.